California, a friend once inquired about the key to my happy marriage. Was it communication, he asked. Intimacy? Blackmail? No, I told him, our key's simpler, low expectations. My wife doesn't expect much from me, therefore it's extremely difficult to disappoint her. And yet, on occasion, I still manage. The 2018 Genesis G80 Sport is at much the same boat. We realized Hyundai could develop a decent luxury car in the event the Hyundai Genesis first rolled out during the past year. By the time Hyundai got around to launching its luxury brand, acceptance had long since occurred. For those who haven't been following your story, the Hyundai Genesis has morphed into the Genesis G80, whilst the Equus is currently the Genesis G90. But a sports activity sedan? Hyundai Kia Genesis engineers Tier 1 and also the same can have figured out how you can integrate contrasting color stitching with top-of-the-line cowhides. However, good steering and suspension tuning have largely eluded them. Our own Arthur Street Antoine, who spent weekly with a G80 5.0 Ultimate, praised the poshness with the G80, but held out little wish for future performance versions. Genesis intends to unveil sporty models sooner, he wrote, but the G80 is nothing on the kind. It wasn't manufactured to hustle, it doesn't prefer to hustle, of course, if you attempted to push it truly hard by having a curvy road, and many points a robotic hand is likely to pop out on the dash and smack yourself on the cheek. See? Low expectations. Thus was the mindset in which I ventured in the Napa Valley to sample the revolutionary G80 3.3T Sport. I didn't expect much on the hot rod G80, yet, well, I think you will see where it is going. What sets the G80 3.3T Sport in addition to other G80s? First and foremost will be the engine. A 3.3-liter twin-turbo V6 tuned for 365 horsepower and 376 lb-ft, Rogues allegedly available between 1,300 and 4,500 rpm. It's linked to an 8-speed automatic with paddle shifters along with a rev-matching feature. We wondered why Genesis didn't fit the 420 horsepower 5.0-liter V8. Both engines can be obtained in the G90 plus the V8 is quicker. Hyundai credits the V6's lighter weight, though exclusivity probably played a job as well. Besides, having twin-turbo as part of your sales literature is cool. The G80 Sport also gets stiffer springs, continuously adjustable dampers, previously a solution on the 15 Genesis, now limited to the Sport. Larger rear brakes, high-temp front brake pads, front brake cooling ducts, and slightly lighter wheels 1.1 pounds per corner. As with other G80 models, rear-wheel drive is standard and all-wheel drive is optional. Ask the Genesis team and they'll let you know that design is simply as important as hardware. They've picked copper since the pigment of performance. The 3.3T Sport gets copper-colored stitching over the interior and copper accents across the body. For the most part, it truly does work, though I think the copper grille surround clashes with some in the paint colors. The cabin features carbon fiber trim plus a suede headliner. Interior fit and finish superlative, as well as it gets in a very mass-produced car. A single drive mode switch with Eco, Normal and Sport modes controls the shocks, shift schedule, steering feel and engine acoustics. In normal mode, the G80 Sport's ride is noticeably firmer compared to the regular G80, nevertheless it still floats gently over bumps. Select Sport mode plus the shocks tighten their grip, the float disappears altogether, and the body motions are arrested gently but firmly. I can't count the volume of cars with adjustable dampers. The place that the sports setting did nothing but have the ride a little more jiggly, so I appreciate the narrow yet accurate focus. The G80 Sport isn't Miata, but it really tracks over the turns comfortably, quickly and accurately. Floor the accelerator from the stop and there's a touch of turbo lag, a half-second pause before engine passes 2000 rpm, and also the turbos will do their thing. So much with the 1300 rpm torque peak, maybe about the test stand, yet not when getting away coming from a stoplight. Selecting sport mode deepens the engine node to your pleasing and purposeful growl. As for the alternation and shift timing, I didn't really notice, and that's the best thing. Whenever I needed power, be it part or full throttle, the G80 was watchy. Unfortunately, I did see the shift paddles, that happened to be made of plastic as an alternative to metal, as you'd expect inside a premium offering. All to all, the G80 3.3T Sport is surely an exceptionally pleasant car they are driving, either fast or slow. Not that it's at risk of sidelining the BMW 5 Series or even the Lexus GS Sport. It's not much of a class-leading performer, but it really is a reliable performer. That is way more than I expected. And that's fine. Let's admit it, save for that very young and incredibly stupid, few drive a hobby sedan balls out on public roads. Some may dial quicken a notch or three, enough to have a bit of adrenaline and tire squeal, although not enough to frighten anyone or attract the attention in the local constabulary. The Genesis G80 Sport is definitely right to this sort of driving. Buying a Genesis G80 3.3T Sport is fairly simple. There's only one model, charging $56,225 including destination, and it also comes nicely loaded. Adaptive cruise, heated and cooled power adjustable front seats, navigation, Qi wireless phone charging, 17-speaker Lexicon stereo, and leather everywhere. The only option is all-wheel drive, which adds $2,500 for the price. Will the G80 Sport succeed from the marketplace? That depends with a lot more versus the content in the car. The Genesis brand must establish itself, and also the vast majority of Hyundai dealers selling G80s alongside Accents and Velosters, that is difficult. Still, Genesis does their best. All cars include 4 years of free maintenance with valet service. They get the car and disappear a loaner, navigation updates, and Sirius XM satellite radio. Genesis is holding events about the country show them buyers for the brand, along with the G80 is watchy outselling the Audi A6, Cadillac CT6, and Lexus GS. 2018 could be the brand's second year, also it sounds like they're off into a cracking start. Perhaps buyers don't expect much from Hyundai, just like we didn't expect much on the G80 3.3T Sport. And perhaps those low expectations will be the important thing to success of the two brand and also the car. After all, if it really works for my marriage, it could possibly certainly be employed by Genesis. 2018 Genesis G80 Sport Specifications. July 2017. Price: $56,225 base. Engine: 3.3 liters twin-turbo Doc 24-valve V6 365 HP at 6,000 revolutions per minute, 376 lb-ft at 1,3004, 500 revolutions per minute. Transmission: 8-speed automatic. Layout: 4-door, 5-passenger, front engine, rear sedan. EPA mileage: 17,242,539 miles per gallon. City Hui LXWXH 196.5 by 74.4 by 58.3 inches, wheelbase 118.5 inches, weight 4,5194, 674 pounds, 060 miles per hour, 5.5 seconds, top speed 135 miles per hour.